Serendipity Canyon can be started either here at the Rural Fire Service Fire Station or at the Cathedral of Ferns camping area. From the car park next to the fire station, walk down to the Walgambie track and follow it. All the way down until you come to the T section, then you turn left and keep walking this way. As you start the bit of a descend, there's a sneaky side track to the right which will cut a bit of the corner off. When exiting this track, you'll see the track that leads down to Walgambie 1. From here we go right and down till we find Walgambie 2 exit, which is signposted. This is the turn off for Serendipity and Walgambie exit, as well as the start of Walgambie 2. This is a new track that the National Parks have put in, much better than the old one. Easy to follow and nice steps, which is a lot easier on the knees. The guidebook will say turn at the anthill, but now the National Parks put in a nice signpost indicating the track to Serendipity Canyon. The path becomes narrower and a lot more scrubby as you descend down into the canyon. As you get closer to the canyon, the track starts to become steeper. The first abseil is off the tree just across the creek. You can get changed here into a wetsuit if you want, or on the other side there's a very narrow ledge which is suitable for about 2 people. Also at this tree there's another track to the left that goes under the tree and goes up. It bypasses the first 2 abseils and arrives at the top of the 3rd abseil. These abseils have a tricky start. The first abseil is done in 2 sections. A 30 metre length of rope is adequate to do this canyon. The second abseil is done from a sling around a tree. This is the 3rd abseil. The other track comes in directly above this and you bypass the previous 2 other abseils. From this abseil, you walk further down the creek for a fair distance till we reach the next part of the canyon section where the next abseil is. This is the 4th abseil. It's done from a pair of bolts on the left hand side on the rock face. along this section there will be a few short swims. The fifth abseil is also done from a pair of bolts on the left hand side, and once again another tricky start. The last abseil is done from a rope with a metal ring attached. This is a fun abseil you can rig up and just swing out and descend down into the river. As you approach the Walgambie River, keep to the left hand side, and if you want to exit at the quickest way, which is on the left hand side, stay up high and go along the narrow ledge. The ledge will become quite narrow and low in sections along this route. When you reach this section, you have the choice of going straight up the exit track or walking down to a large rock where you can get out of your wetsuit, dry off, have some lunch, or even have a swim in the Walgambie if you want. And keep a lookout for the dragons. The first section of the exit track is quite steep and there's a bit of a scramble in spots with lots of loose rocks, so just be careful and take your time up. The track is very easy to follow, and just keep following it all the way up the ridge until you rejoin the entrance track that took you down to the canyon. Just walk out the way you come in, you'll see the signpost, and just keep walking all the way back to the car park.